This is my Delihea Fore carbon road bike, and we've been together for about 7 months and clocked in over 1,000 kilometers. In this video, I'll be going through the components, measurements, the weight, and of course, the all-important free hub sound check. This bike means a lot to me as number 1, I saved up for it, number 2, I built it, and number 3, well, it's mine. It's one of a kind. Let's begin by starting from the top of the bike. I run a WTB Vault saddle, which was given to me by my friend when I was just getting into cycling, and ever since that day, I didn't bother looking for a new saddle, as this fits me perfectly. I don't know why, but most of the time when I'm riding, I like to sit right at the very edge of the saddle, so the thicker and more padded nose helps me to get more comfortable, especially in those aerodynamic positions. Moving to the front of the bike, I have the toe seat carbon aero handlebar, which is 420mm wide and feels really comfortable as I have rather wide shoulders. It also feels really nice when sprinting, as if I go wider, there's too much leverage and I can't lock my body in. Paired up with those handlebars is my beefy OG Evkin carbon stem, which is 110mm and -12 degrees. The toe seat carbon handlebar actually has a really long reach of 100mm compared to a more standard 70mm, which allows me to have more options on where I want to place my hands. Mounted onto them are my Sensor Empire 11-speed shifters, which I love to wind all the way in as I have rather small hands. I also love to place a little bit of electrical tape on the shifter just to help increase grip when it's raining. Wrapped around those bars are my sticky Costello bar tape, which, shh, don't tell anybody, but they look exactly like those Physique Bento bar tapes. I like my bar tapes thin on the drops and thicker on the tops for more control when sprinting and descending, although I might have wrapped them too thin as I've been working on my flexibility recently, thus I've been able to spend more time in the drops and sometimes my hands can get a little bit uncomfortable. Moving on to the rims, I have my Mavic Cosmic Elites on there, which are 40mm deep and combines both lightweight and stiffness to boast the perfect versatility. These brake tracks were originally black anodized but have since worn away. Stopping me are my Shimano R7000 105 brakes, which I wind all the way in. Mounted on my Continental Ultra Sport tyres, which I run at around 90 psi. I use 25mm both at the front and the rear as I was just transitioning from 23mm on my old bike and didn't want to jump straight away to 28mm. Moving on to the drivetrain, and my Sensor Empire shifts an 11-28 Sunshine cassette, which is just perfect for the gradient that I ride in. At the front, I run a 1x50 tooth VXM chainring, which thankfully, paired with my 28 tooth cassette, is enough to get me up the local hills. These chainrings are mounted onto a Snail 110 BCD chainring adapter, which is then mounted onto a Racework 172.5mm crank arm. And finally, for my pedals, I use these fake Shimano pedals, which honestly, if you don't care about the weight, are a perfect budget option. Right, let's measure the weight. Now, I don't have a bike weighing scale, but I do have a human weighing scale. So I'll just weigh the bike with me and let's see the weight. So, 9 kilos, not bad, not too heavy, not too light. And yes, I do weigh 69.9 kilos. Nice. My saddle height is 67 centimeters and my reach is 45 centimeters. If you have enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe and smash that like button so that hopefully next time you can smash your next KOM. But as always, I will see you guys next time. Good night everybody.